Disclaimer: we are unqualified and unapologetic. We are not professionals. We are not doctors. We are not mental health specialists. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Now let's do this.
Yeah. Turn the mic up. Turn the doubts down. Growth talk with the bass loud. Sessions and lessons. Unscripted.
Sessions and lessons, unscripted vibes. Joel and Gloria, host not hard to find. Light in the dark, but the beat still bang. Heal your mind while the speakers shake. Sessions and lessons, talk that's real. Laugh, cry, grow, yeah, we feel what we feel. Joel and Gloria, truth, no script. Self-help, mosh pit, let it rip. Yeah. Woke up stressed, world heavy on my chest. Hit play, now I'm breathing a little less mess. They don't preach, they relate. Couple goals while they teach you how to elevate. Marriage strong, but the humor reckless. Trauma talk mixed with straight blessings. No fake smiles.
What's up, everyone? It's Joel, host of Sessions and Lessons Unscripted.
And it's Gloria, co-host of Sessions and Lessons.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes? Did I stutter?
You did not. I was going to do a proper introduction.
I need no introduction.
Wow. Well played, Mrs. Rosario.
I'm full of it.
Yes, you are.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hi, everyone.
Hello. You had so much planned.
Yeah, you just threw me off.
I'm sorry.
But see, that doesn't take much.
No.
What do you mean, no?
We have attention spans of gnats.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of tired. I'm not going to lie.
It's been a long day.
Yes, and I heard that it was one of those days for you where anything that can go wrong went wrong.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it sounded like your day was a little worse than mine.
It wasn't a bad day. It was just like, what?
A bunch of little annoyances all day.
It was like one thing after another, and I thought I had peace, and then I was betrayed.
And then it was pulled from under you.
Yes. So, where do I even start?
Weren't you like running late this morning?
I wasn't late. I was actually on time.
Wow.
Well, no, it's not while I'm on time most of the time. Sometimes.
Well, unless it's something involving your husband. Then
Yeah, then I'm always late. But for work, I try to be, responsible or whatnot.
You try to be responsible?
I try. No, I was responsible. So, the person thought that they were doing me a favor by throwing the laundry in the wash. And, we forgot to take out, like, a cotton... what do you call those?
Cotton?
Oh my God, why am I like drying?
Having a brain fart?
I am having such a brain fart. Well, anyways, something exploded in the dryer. There was like cotton and like
Lint or something?
lint all over the place. And I'm talking like I opened the dryer and I wasn't paying attention and I took it out and I shook it.
Oh boy.
And all of a sudden it was like, it looked like it had just finished snowing in the room. And I looked in the washer and there was cotton all over the place. I was like, holy crap, how am I going to take this stuff out? So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to take it out. And I took it out. I'm talking, it was in my hair. It was on my t-shirt. It was on my pants. It was like all over this like laundry room. And it's a big laundry room, right? And so I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I need to vacuum this up. And in the meantime, I'm trying to do other things. I'm like getting all hot. And then my allergies kick in because of the cotton.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started to...
It was like a dust, right?
Well, yeah, it creates dust and it's cotton. So I was like, oh man. And that's probably why I'm still stuffy right now. But I started to get a rash on my face, on my forearms, on my fingers.
Was it fiberglass?
I don't know what the heck it was, or what these things are made of, but it took me a better part of like an hour and a half to clean everything, and then I had to wash my face and my hair at work because it was just irritating, right? So that took me forever to do, and then I let the dogs out of the client's house, right? And I'm thinking, okay,
They have 3 dogs, right?
3 huge dogs. They're awesome, but they're just lately they've been getting a little bit more like comfortable around me. I think I'm a fixture at their place.
Well, they
now.
know you now.
Yeah, now they know me. So, I'm all frustrated. I'm hungry. I'm like caffeinated up the wazoo today.
You did drink more coffee than you normally do today.
Did. I felt so sluggish, and I was like, I need to wake up. And then I didn't realize how much coffee I had until I looked at the milk, because I like a little bit of milk in my coffee. And I was like, holy crap, I wonder how many cups I had. So I figured I had like 3 to 4 cups, and I'm a 2-cup person, like a day. Like I like one in the morning and one in like later in the afternoon.
Right.
So that was way too much coffee for me. And so I'm like wired, I'm itchy, I'm scratchy, I'm like, miserable. I had made a bagel for myself, and I'm like waiting for the second to where I can get to the bagel and just bite. I'm like hungry, And then one of the dogs betrayed me and ate my bagel. So I have feathers all over the place. I'm over caffeinated, and the dog steals my bagel. I was like, what?
Didn't something else happen you said too?
I don't remember. What else did I tell you?
Oh, you stepped in a pile of dog poop.
Oh, yes. So somewhere in between all of this, I don't know if it was mud or poo, but I wasn't going to play like the is it mud or is it poo game. So I had to take off my shoes, and I was like walking around barefoot, and then my socks got wet. It was just like one thing after another. And I was like, once I got to the bagel part, and that was the last bagel too. Like there was no more bagels.
Oh boy.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here, finish this coffee, and just wait until I have to go home. I
It
know.
doesn't smell like mud. Name the movie.
I don't know. What was it?
Tell me, boy. When they went cow tipping
Oh,
and he was covered in mud
yeah.
at the gas station.
Yeah.
He said, it doesn't smell like mud.
I don't know,
Then
but
he asked him if he ate paint chips as a kid.
man, today, now that I think about it, today is like really complicated. I went from feathers and cotton all over the place to stepping in poo to having way too much coffee to just losing my.
And it's only Tuesday.
Tuesday. I know.
Great.
No, I mean, I had to laugh on my way home. I called you. I was laughing about it and stuff.
See, that's the thing, right? Because it happens to everyone, right? Everyone has days like that. Stuff happens, right? And you get frustrated, you get angry, you get whatever. But I was telling Gloria when she called me when I was on the way home, she just starts laughing. And then it's like, sometimes that's just what you got to do. Like,
I had to laugh just because.
yeah, it's
You know,
just so silly.
I confronted the dogs too, which is weird.
That's funny.
No, I was like, which one of you betrayed me, you bastards? And they all like ran away. I know who did it. It was
Course
probably the biggest one that did it
Okay.
because he could reach the counter
Well,
better.
whose fault was it to, excuse me, leaving the bagel
They've
on the
never
counter?
done that before. That's why I'm saying.
Didn't you just say that they're comfortable with you now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Now
well.
they're starting to get comfortable with
They're
me.
like, she's not going to eat
She's
this.
not gonna yell at us.
Man, she loves us. And then
I do.
chomp.
I love these dogs, man. But I was so ready to like walk out today.
I didn't. You had a worse day than I did.
But
I can't.
It wasn't a worse. It wasn't a bad day.
I know
It was
you
just-
kept stressing that you didn't say it was necessarily a bad day.
It was just one thing after another. Like I just wanted my damn bagel. Like
I haven't had a bagel in a while.
buckles. Anyways, I'm sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. Your day wasn't as bad. Well, my day wasn't that bad either. I can't really complain. Nothing catastrophic happened or anything. So I can't really complain. I can pick out all kinds of stuff. I did, however, what's so funny? See, she's just, it's just.
No, I just remembered something. So there was a nurse visiting us today, right? And I come out of the
Go figure.
I come out of the laundry room, and there's like feathers in my hair.
You look like a snow globe or exploded
She
on you.
asked me if I got into a fight with the chicken in the bed.
You were tar and feathered.
I was. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that just popped into my head. I must have looked crazy for somebody to ask if I got into a fight with the chicken.
Even without the feathers.
I know.
Cray.
Oh.
But anyways, what the hell was I saying?
That your day wasn't bad. Or, I don't know.
Oh. I did today. I did kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. Set up a boundary. I don't even know what you want to call it. People can comment and tell me what they think it is. So we have, and I'm sure everyone at their workplace has the talkers, right? Or the nosy ones, or there's always the workplace. There's always the same kind of people.
One person.
Yeah, the one that's like this close for getting the ass beaten, but whatever. So today there was a person, and I swear it's like people don't take, and I have no problems with socializing and talking whatever, okay?
Right.
But some people have no
Tact.
yeah, I guess tact, or they have no common sense. They have no, like, just because you're not doing anything at this second, you can kind of see that I'm kind of doing stuff.
You're busy.
I'm not in a talking mood right now.
Yeah.
So there was two things I did today. I just acted more busy than I really was. And they kind of got the message, which I was kind of surprised.
Uh-huh.
And number two, once I saw them coming, I grabbed my headphones, my headsets, and I slapped them suckers on, and I put the mic down and acting like I was, uh-oh.
I am so sorry, you guys. That's
Feathers.
disgusting.
And I pretended I was on the phone.
You mean your work headphones?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's not lying. It's not being deceitful. I was actually going to make a phone call, though, but I was like, let me take advantage. You okay over there?
Yeah, I am now. I'm sorry, you guys. That was gross.
Anyways.
You.
So, yeah, I mean, everyone has those days. It's just the way you deal with it and stuff. Don't bring it home. And Gloria could have came home and just took it out on her husband, which she wouldn't because she knows better.
Whatever. I just wanted to get home and like...
Yeah, there's those days where you just want to go home. It's like, I don't care, whatever. Just let me get home.
Well, no, I was in a quicker hurry to get home before I realized that I had an extra hoodie in my car. Mm. So I just changed shirts and stuff. Otherwise, I would have just come home early.
Mm. So, Gloria and I, as always, were discussing some stuff, whatever, random. And what was the subject we were talking about? We were calling it growing. Oh, growing when it goes south.
Yes.
Which we were talking about how you learn from things and you get better from experiencing certain things. You don't only learn stuff from like positive things or things like that. You can also learn from
the negative stuff,
the bad stuff. So we were kind of just talking about that. And,
I don't think that negativity needs to kind of like shrink you down. Like, there's something that you can learn from a negative experience, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're saying. It's like you can learn from good or bad, but it seem like a lot of people, And I'm not going to say I've never done it. I mean, a lot of people, you always revisit the bad, right?
I try not to, but I think that's
Another thing is
normal.
and another thing people do is they dwell on the bad. And see, that's the thing, right? Because some people say it's like the past is a past, you forget about it, whatever, keep moving.
Right.
I get that. I get that thought, but at the same time, I don't think you should forget the past. You can look back and then kind of use that as like all right, like a reference, I guess, or like, well, I know not to do this because this, you know what I mean? Because you can look back and be like, well, I did it like this last time and it didn't come out too good. So I don't think you should forget your past altogether. You shouldn't dwell in your past.
Yeah, there's a difference between remembering your past and dwelling on it.
Right.
If you're looking back and you're thinking like I shoulda, coulda, woulda, might have, what if? I think that's a waste of time because like
it is kind of
passed.
a waste. Yeah, it's kind of a waste of time. And you can make better decisions by looking at the past, right?
For sure. I think so.
So I'm trying to think of a time where I look back at some negative and then like learn from it. I know now there's some stuff that I currently, and I won't get into too much detail. Maybe someday we'll talk about it, but currently there's some stuff that kind of I guess I could have learned from the past. It's just something I didn't connect, or I guess if that makes any sense.
It does.
So, can you think of anything like that? Like,
I'm like an encyclopedia of that type of lesson.
Then please tell us give us an example. Like something that negative that happened in the past, and then you moved on, you grew from it, and then like you say, you go back and look at it and say, oh, okay, that's like a reminder of not to do that again.
Well, hello, I used to do drugs. Like there's no bigger lesson in life than something like that, I don't talk a lot about, the substances that I did in the past and, all those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a bad thing that I was doing, obviously, because I was harming myself.
Right.
And how could I put it? I don't see it as a mistake because it was something that needed to happen for me to grow and kind of, I guess, handle the situations that I was in at the time. I don't know. It's kind of weird when I think about it because, like, it's both a negative experience and a positive experience. It's a negative because, I mean, obviously I was doing harm to myself and,
right.
Wasn't making the best choices, the only thing that saved me, I guess, from kind of like falling deeper or, overdosing or anything like that, I think was the fact that I'm high functioning when it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I wasn't a high functioning person, I don't think I would have probably made it. And I've talked about it recently, how I wanted to start using again. And like I said, I talked about it openly. I'm very open about it.
But you looked at your past and you thought that's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea, yeah, because like I said, I'm not 100% where I want to be in life, but I'm not where I was back then,
That's a good way to put it.
I'm not, I'm still a person that's flawed. I'm not perfect. I don't judge anybody for their past, especially when it comes to something like that, But I think a lot of times, when people don't accept the mistakes that they've made and they've kind of like, I don't want to say not grown from them, but not like learned from them, it's like an anchor, like it weighs you down.
Right.
You know,
It's funny you bring that up because one word that keeps replaying in my head lately is accountability.
exactly.
Calling yourself out on stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people don't do that. They want to just play the victim or
Woe
make
is
an
me,
excuse.
poor me.
Yeah. I mean, and like I can, excuse me, I can probably rattle off a few things and just say, I'm like this because of this, or I did this because of this. I can't do that till I'm blue in the face.
Right.
But, and so, you know what? Some of that stuff is legit, right? You can't, I'm not saying some excuses are legit, okay? And that's my opinion. Like, there's some circumstances that, yeah, whatever, but it still doesn't mean you can't get better from it or work through it or anything like that, right?
I don't know if I 100% agree. It depends what the issue is.
Mm.
And it depends when it happened to, and how old you were when it happened to you.
Yeah, but it may sound insensitive, but to me, it's like if it's not life-threatening or fatal, then it's unfortunate it happened to you. But you can move forward.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, take that and apply that to somebody who's been like molested as a child.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like I was. Right. So but I'm saying, and don't get me wrong, that is a horrible, horrible thing. That should never happen. Right. But I'm saying it's unfortunate it happened. And I'm sure that trauma is going to transfer. It's going to. Especially if you don't deal with it right away.
Right.
It's going to fester. It's going to get worse. It's going to turn into mental illness. It's going to turn into, resentment or treating women a certain way.
But see, a lot of the times, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but, part of healing is sometimes finding treatment or getting help. Not everybody has that luxury. Unfortunately, here in the U.S., mental health isn't readily available or open.
That is true. I mean, it's better than it used to be. I mean, it's more accepted.
It's more accepted,
out there,
but it's expensive. And we know this from experience.
Yeah, I actually today when we were speaking about our days or whatever, and I don't know why this is, and this is amazing when I tell you guys this. So I have been going to therapy through my job. We have like 5 free sessions or something like that, or 7 free sessions. I don't remember. Which I've been taking advantage of. Has it been helping a little bit? It's not. I don't know. I'm kind of searching for more when it comes to that, but that's besides the point.
Right.
So, anyways, when I went to the doctor a few days ago, we discussed it because I have been. He prescribed me with a drug that would help my depression because I was diagnosed with mixed anxiety and depression disorder. And so he put me on something, and we kind of discussed it. He wanted to know if I wanted to adjust it, and I was telling him about the therapy, but I was looking at maybe finding a person that could prescribe medication and do, like, diagnose things, because there's some things that I would like to see if I have. And, so he gave me the referral. Then I had to do an assessment test thingy.
Yeah.
And then when I submitted it, it's like, oh, we'll get back to you whenever. And then they got back to me finally after I think it was like a week. And then you have the right to make an appointment. But then they send you the information to make an appointment. So I called the number and I was like, I'd like to make an appointment.
Right.
And they're like, just so you know, it's going to be like 8+ weeks if you get to see anybody. And I'm like, wow, it's like they're that backed up, like 2 months. So I'm like, I mean, I want to go. So I'm like, whatever, that's fine. I mean, if I have to wait, I have to wait. Man, maybe something will open up.
Right.
So then I got lucky because they gave me the option for either Gesundheit. They gave me the option to either go in and see the doctor or just do over the phone, which now that's like the biggest thing in mental health, right? You just do appointments over the phone. So I told them I'd do the virtual, and that for some reason must not be a popular must not be a popular option, because she said she had something as early as next week.
Right.
So not waiting
8 weeks.
2 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah, so maybe baby Jesus is opening that up for me. I have no idea. But anyways, what was the point of this? Oh, well, mental health is like, it's important for sure. It's not, I think it's more out there than it used to be, but it's still not
accessible to
No,
everyone.
it's not really, and it's unfortunate because a lot of the stuff that's going on right now is mental health issues. So it's like, I don't know, man. That needs to be kind of opened up a little bit.
Right.
Because mental health is just as important as physical health.
Yeah.
And I think if your mental health isn't all there or it's damaged, there's potential to be physically ill.
Right.
Because you're not making the right decisions, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, with that said, we were talking about the excuse thing, or like some of those things being legit, but I think you still grow from those. You don't you can't wallow in it, and you can't dwell. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like I said, people are different and they process things completely different.
True.
You know, I think somebody like me who has seen a lot and been through different situations, because I've been aware of my issues and I've been working on my issues for a long time.
Right.
I think I'm better equipped to mentally handle certain things. But that's just me. Not everybody has that like mindset.
So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is you should see accountability, right?
Right.
Recognize what's going on, right? And then you need to act accordingly, or no?
I think that like it depends, like I said, what situation we're talking about. Like if we're talking about like the sexual abuse, you need to recognize first off and most importantly is that it's not your fault, you know.
Right.
And once you accept that, I don't want to say, I use this word and this term very like.
Can I interrupt a second? Because something, in my case, it's because you say it's not your fault. And I think we've talked about this before. Sometimes I do say it's partly my fault because, and I know you disagreed with me at the time when we talked about it.
Right.
Because I said, I think partly it was my fault because I made the decision to do what I did. But then your point was, but you were a kid and you didn't know any better. And you had someone that was older.
Who knew better.
Who, well, should have knew better.
Should have known better, right?
And so I don't know. And I'm just speaking for myself.
Of
I'm
course,
not, and
yeah.
this is not anyone else. If anyone else out there has had
We're not
it,
diagnosing people or anything
no,
like that.
I'm only speaking about my
Right.
situation. So in my situation, it's funny because not funny, but Glo is not. We didn't argue, but we were having a back and forth discussion. She's like, "How can you say it's your fault? Because it's like you were a kid, stupid kid, didn't know what you wanted, or you thought you knew everything, and you got made taken advantage of."
Let me put it to you like this. Okay. Normally, would a 15-year-old be able to vote?
No,
Can you go to war at 15?
no,
Can you just pick up your car and drive if you want to? I mean, unless you have a permit,
not
but
really.
not really, right? You're still a kid. Like if you can't vote, you're not mentally equipped. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's people at 18 that
Well,
are
there's
mentally
people
equipped.
in their 40s that don't
There's
know how to
people in
act.
their 50s.
No, but you see what I'm saying?
No, I know what you mean.
There's a difference between a 15-year-old mentality and a 27-year-old mentality. Even from 15 to 18, your mentality changes.
But anyway, either way, like, okay, all of that stuff happened. I could be like, oh, well, this happened. And I didn't find out until later, right? Because, like, I was so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Naive.
Well, naive and just, like, I didn't realize what was going on till later in my life, right? So, like, especially after the book and like I said before, this is something I'd never openly talked about, really.
Well, I think, excuse me, it started basically like a little after we started dating and we were a little bit more open with each other.
Yeah.
And you were telling me this stuff and I was like,
Yeah, because I think you were the first person I really
opened up
sat
to
down and
about-
talked to about it.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, this is like Stockholm syndrome, or this is like that's sexual abuse, that's mental abuse, that's physical abuse. And I remember the look on your face. You were like you finally like, oh,
Yeah, because you figure even after she was gone, I was like, I mean, I was lost. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But it was like,
well, of course you lost the adult in your life. Hello, like,
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to open up with that.
Right.
Maybe we'll do a show about it, or, regardless, yes,
point-
it's unfortunate all that stuff happened, but I should learn from it. I have been learning from it.
Okay,
I
but-
have been
but the
going
main
back.
point that I still try to get you to understand is that, okay, it's all good, fine and dandy that you're dealing with this now. It doesn't matter if you figured it out at 15, 29, 49, or 50. It's not your fault at any age when you start to realize and recognize it.
Right.
You know? It's like saying,
But now it's just get up and keep going. It's like live your life.
Right.
But there's no. That's what I'm saying. You learn and you move on.
right. But see, here's where I'm contradicting you, right? Okay. So my case with the whole, being sexually abused and all that is like your abuser is gone. You don't ever have to deal with them again. My abusers are still alive and well and within my family. And once my grandmother passed away, I had been avoiding certain people for such a long time, and all of a sudden here they're bam, right in front of me. So I'm not saying that I handled it bad or good. I had no emotion to it because I was like so detached, and I think I was kind of in a.
I know you were very. Not only were you dealing with the loss, I mean, it was already a big thing, but there was that aspect too that you were kind of dreading. I remember.
And then the kicker is that I had to sit next to this person during, you know what I'm saying? So there's a difference in situations, and that's what I'm saying. You can't generalize everybody, right? But what I was trying...
No, that is true. You can't generalize everyone.
What I was telling you before, we got off track a little bit is like, excuse me, you have to, at least for me, this is what's worked for me, right? I acknowledge that it happened to me, first off, right? There's no denying.
Which is what I did just recently.
Right. See, and actually, outside of the podcast, not a lot of my family members know about this stuff. Some of them might just be finding out through the podcast. I don't care. Oh, well, But, okay, so first of all, I have to accept it, or accepted it, right? And then, I know people like kind of cringe, but I was like, I had to forgive the people that did me wrong, right? Doesn't mean that they're off the hook.
But the forgiveness is not for them. It's for you.
It's for me, for my mentality and my stability, right? So next for me was the forgiveness, right? And then I had to forgive myself, right? Because I had no control over the situation, and I held myself accountable for a really long time. So I had to forgive myself for not forgiving myself sooner, because I didn't do anything wrong. And it's not that I'm taking shame on by forgiving myself. It's, it's just...
That seems to happen a lot, right? People take the shame onto themselves.
Right. It's just like, you apologize to yourself for putting yourself in that position. And at the end of the day, you're still a victim. Doesn't matter how old you are. You're a victim, right? So then, after forgiving myself, I have to accept that, or I had to accept that I can't change what happened, right? But I could take what happened to me and talk about it now openly and possibly help somebody else who's going through the same thing.
Which is why we're doing all of this.
Right. Or if somebody younger is listening to the podcast and they might not have heard it's not your fault. They might not have heard that you can move on. You know what I mean? Because people are at different stages of pain, And more importantly is just like, I've said it before. I was like, the ignorant person in me who just loves to not necessarily start drama, but is very confrontational now.
Not start drama?
No, but I'm not a confrontational person per se, right? I can be. But like I don't even know what to call it. I want to call these people out so bad by name and like tell everybody what happened. Yeah, but what
good is it gonna do?
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. That's where I'm going with it. Yeah. It's just like, they know who they are, they know what they did to me, and they know that it was wrong. They definitely know that it was wrong, And I've seen so many things in life happen, and so much karma come back on people. And I don't know whether you believe in karma or not. It's not my job to, tell you about karma or anything. But I do believe that everything that you do in life eventually comes to light, and eventually you pay for it.
Yeah. Eventually, yeah.
So it is what it is. They know what they did. I know what they did. I mean, there is no justice for me now at this point. The statute of limitation is like way past, what it needs to be.
Okay, Mrs. Rosario, then let me ask you this. What have you learned? How are you implementing it? Moving on forward, making your life better?
How am I implementing everything that I just said?
What did you learn, and how are you moving forward?
Well, first of all, is accepting the responsibility of forgiveness to myself, right? Like I said, forgiveness for not talking sooner, forgiveness for feeling shame, forgiveness, all that forgiveness part, right? And there's nothing really I could do to change anything that happened in the past at this point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And all I can do now is try to help other people that are going through the same things that maybe haven't been able to process things or feel like they're alone or feel like they don't have anybody to talk to, you know? Because in abuse, and this is the last probably thing that I'm going to talk about because I want to change subjects, but you have to realize that you can hold yourself accountable for what you did and what you didn't do in the process of like healing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't try to heal yourself or talk about it or open up, you're letting them win.
That's if you don't try to fix it.
Right. If you don't try to fix it, if you don't try to heal from it and forgive yourself for it and
fixing it's not like calling people out and trying to get them in trouble and all of that other stuff. That stuff's already gone.
Right. It's gone. You know, I'm never going to get the justice that I should have gotten.
No.
Right. And I realize that now. Yeah, I mean, I realized it a long time ago. But, you know, to me, if there's at least one person out there listening to me who has been through that, you know,
similar situations,
you know.
Yeah,
it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's their fault. They're the adults. You were the kid. You were the victim at the time, you know?
Yeah, and my I guess I can answer that question too, right? What I learned, and it's pretty similar to your answer because it took me a while, but I finally realized what was going on, realized it wasn't my fault. I took accountability for my parts of it or whatever.
What you could control.
What I could control, yeah.
Right.
And now it's like I took some mental beatings, I guess, throughout the years, especially towards the end. And and look, it hasn't been smooth the whole way, but
absolutely not.
To the point I am now, it hasn't been a smooth ride. It's gotten better throughout the years or whatever, but the point is to move forward and not use all that stuff to, you know, don't make them into obstacles, you know, make them into, if anything, and I'm, like I said, I'm just speaking for myself. Instead of obstacles, make them like points to like be better or do better or help someone else be better. You know what I'm saying? So I've gone through some stuff, and I would be able to help others because I experienced it. Am I meandering and rambling?
No. I'm sorry. I just got lost in my own thought. You know, a lot of the times when it comes to like serious issues like this, you know, for sexual abuse or along those lines, you know, you kind of have to keep in mind that you have to heal your, how can I put this? Your inner child first, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of the times, you know, people like look at us or me, you know, and be like, you're a grown ass adult acting like a kid.
You know, it's funny. I've been called a big kid before. It's like,
no, the thing is,
they're like, Joel, I like you, but you're like a big kid.
Yeah, it's just like, no, I think because I feel like I was robbed of so many things.
Oh, I was
kid,
for sure. Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult and I, you know, have a say in my life, and I, you know, I have, you know, this is why I surround myself with things that make me happy, you know?
Speaking of, yes, and I agree. I'm the same. Like, I jumped from 15 to a grown up, and I know there's that joke, right? Like, when you get older, you have your adult money, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we kind of went a little.
A little overboard.
Well, no, not too bad. I mean, Gloria and I, it was funny too, because when we first met, I think we were talking about what we were into, hobbies, whatever.
I was kind of nervous. No, I was kind of nervous to tell you, like, some of the
That you
stuff.
collected stuff.
Yeah, because, like, some of the guys that I've dated in the past, they'll be like, yeah, I'm into, like, the same stuff and blah, blah, blah. And then they would come over to my house and I would have shelves of, like, actual collectibles. And it's like they didn't know how to process it. I was like, I told you I collected, you know.
And then it was funny because I told her, because at the time I collected like action figures and little statues and toys and stuff like that. And then she's like, at first she didn't believe me. She didn't believe
Again, because other guys that I had dated
said that they were into stuff and they weren't.
And they weren't. So
And then she didn't believe I could cook. She didn't believe I could do a bunch of stuff. And then we had like a nerd off almost. She's like, all right, well, show me. All right, take a picture of all your stuff and show me. So I did. I had like a whole wall full of bookshelves and just stuff on them.
yeah, then I started sending him my Ninja Turtle stuff and like
She started sending me
my
all these little
Urkels
pictures. Yeah, and it was crazy. And then you came over. This was before you even started coming over.
yeah, we were sending pictures
And then
to each
when
other.
you came over, do you remember what the first meal I cooked you was?
Chuleta,
And
arroz con gandule,
and
and
I totally hooked her up.
Mofongo.
Yeah, I totally hooked her up with like Puerto Rican food.
yeah, that was awesome.
And then she's like, "Wow, you really can't cook." It's like, I told you.
He said he could cook. I'm thinking like microwave meals. I was like,
Yeah, she
boy.
thought like ramen noodles.
I was like, boy, you better get to moving.
But yeah, I mean, the key is don't dwell in the past.
No.
Just learn from it and use it.
Find ways to, like I said, take care of the kid inside of you.
Yeah.
That I think that's like one of the most important things is like we don't realize that we still carry that pain or that fear from childhood into adulthood. But it's like as adults, we don't give ourselves the chance or the space to kind of release that,
Yeah.
you know? And I really do think that that's an important part of like healing is this like, you know, do all the things that made you happy as a kid, as an adult. You don't have to act immature. You don't have to. I'm not. When we're talking about being big kids, I'm not talking about maturity levels. I'm not talking about, you know, responsibilities and all that stuff. I'm talking about like little things, you know?
Just being jovial and happy and innocent, like a little kid.
When was the last time that you played hopscotch?
Yeah, I don't think that would work, no.
No, but I've done it. If I see a hopscotch,
You know what I used to love playing back in grade school?
dodgeball,
That too.
tetherball.
Ugh, I was not a tetherball guy.
I want a tetherball.
No.
Yes.
I mean, we can get one if you want, but
I do.
every time I think tetherball, I think of Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know why. And what else? No. Oh, I don't know if anyone else out there knows this game. And it was, we used to call it 2 square and 4 square. And you, like, say you're on a sidewalk, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how they had that line that separates the sections of sidewalk?
Uh-huh.
So one person would stand on this side of the line.
Yeah.
One person would stand on this side of the line. And then you would take one of those the red dodgeball balls. Balls.
Balls.
And you would bounce it and like tap it to the other person, kind of like tennis or ping
Yeah.
pong or whatever.
Okay.
and you would go back and forth, and then the whole point was to have them miss. So you would like at first kind of go back, forth, then you would hit it kind of off to the one corner, and they had the cat or had to hit it back, and then it would keep going until you hit it on their side, and it kind of they missed it, and then you would get a point. So there was that. There was 2 square, and then 4 squares was when it was a wide sidewalk, and it was 4 squares.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there'd be 4 peoples, and then the ball would go counterclockwise, clockwise, diagonally, and you had to keep up with it because if not, you would miss it and you would be out.
Oh.
So then,
Never played that.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever knows. That might have been a game we made up.
I used to play racquetball, like hand racket.
Handball.
Handball. That's what it's called, right? Handball.
This just unlock some more memories really quick. 2 little stories. So we were at this park, right? There was a park near school we would walk to for recess. So they'd take us to the park, which was awesome, right? So we would play softball. And I remember one time we were playing softball, and there was one of the girls decided she wanted to be the catcher. So she went behind the batter, and then the batter swung the ball or swung the bat, and the backswing or whatever, she took the bat right to the face, right in the eye.
Ow.
Then it turned out it was the principal's daughter.
Oh.
So of course the person that hit her, everyone would be teasing them like, "Oh, you hit the principal's daughter in the eye with a bat."
Yeah.
So of course they got all nervous and stuff like, "Oh man, they're gonna kick me out." I mean, it was an accident, but that was the one memory. And then the second one was a bunch of us guys were just being stupid, acting like dum-dums, and one of them brought like ninja stars to school.
Yeah.
So we're like off to the side where the teachers can't see us, and we're like throwing these ninja stars at a tree. And then during the process, and don't ask me why, one of them had the bright idea to they're like, "Oh, there's some kind of test you can do where you hold your breath or press on some whatever." So, one of us like stood up against a tree. The one kid did something to him. I don't remember what he did. Vulcan death grip or something. I don't know. And the kid passed out. So he just right on the ground, just bam. So we're all like looking at each other. We didn't know what to do. We're all these dumb little kids, right? So it's like we thought he killed him with his Vulcan death grip, and we're like, "What do we do?" So finally, he just starts stirring and gets up, and he's just all out of it because he was just passed out.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it was just we all looked at each other like, "Oh my god, we're glad he's alive." But yeah, we used to do dumb stuff at school.
Yeah, we did a lot of stupid things too. I think we used to, I don't know, we used to just get into some dumb things. Like,
yeah, well,
that's
most
what kids do. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I think we're going to leave it there. So, yeah, guys, just, sometimes the past sucked. It did, and stuff happened to us or whatever, and it's unfortunate, but try not to let that, weigh you down and, keep you from moving forward or being the best version of you that you can be. I know it's hard, and been there, done that, but learn from it, move forward.
Right. I was going to say, don't let them win.
Yeah, don't let them win.
Don't let them win. That's one thing that kind of kept me in check. Mm-hmm. Because trust me, the ghetto in me wanted to come out around that time.
For sure.
But I had every right to feel like that,
Of course.
And, I found myself making myself smaller and not talking and just kind of staying away and just being in a corner or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a minute, why am I the one hiding? Like, they're in the wrong.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's backwards.
And then I decided, like, no, I'm not gonna make myself small to make you comfortable. Like, screw you, you're the one that's a jerk, you know. Don't make yourself small. And I always say this, and I mean this, like, and I'm not talking about physical size, obviously, but take up space. Like, be loud. Talk about it. You don't have to get trashy, or you don't have to out people. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You can, totally.
No, be the better person.
Ordinarily I'd be the one to say, like, no, don't be the better person. Put them on the spot. But you know what? You're just bringing yourself down to their, like, low levels. They're losers. You don't deserve to put yourself in those positions,
No.
Take up space and don't be scared to talk, and open up and be loud about it, because that's the only way you're going to heal.
Yeah.
Is accepting that, for one, it's not your fault. 2, you were the victim. And 3, you have to forgive yourself. And I'm not saying forgive them, because, karma is bigger than life itself, But just trust that everything will be okay. You just have to be the first one to forgive yourself and acknowledge that, it's not your fault.
All right, you guys, don't forget the website. It's sessionsandlessonsunscripted.com. If you want to drop us a line, you want to share anything, you want to tell us jokes, complain about Gloria, sessionsandlessonsmail@gmail.com. What?
Who's going to complain about me?
Oh, no one.
I'm going to tell you what to do with that complaint.
Also, don't forget the socials, guys. TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff. Twitter. What's the other one? Twitter doesn't even exist anymore, does it? It's X now, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't even think anybody uses that.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, don't forget the socials. TikTok is the hottest one, though.
Tiki-talk.
And then don't forget Glow's podcast on Fridays, Glowing Off Script. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yes, check my new podcast. This will be the 3rd episode coming out this Friday. It comes out every Friday. Just look for it.
Yes, just look for it. Glowing Off Script.
Yes, and I am currently looking for guests. So if you have an interesting story or something you want to talk about, you can always reach out to me via email. It's glowingoffscript@yahoo.com. And that's GLOING. Glowing. Yes.
Off Script.
So please reach out to me. I need people.
And don't forget my book, May, December, and The Ballad of Joy Flowers. That is available right now on Amazon Kindle. You can also download it into your Nook I think that's Barnes and Noble's reader.
Yeah.
You can also download it into that. I don't know if I've really mentioned this many times, but my book is also, if you're a subscriber to Kindle Unlimited,
you get it for free.
I think you can read it off of there.
Yeah.
So if you have Kindle Unlimited, my book's there. All right, guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening. 130% appreciate it. I don't know about Gloria, but I do.
I appreciate some of you.
She said some.
No, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, and don't forget to kind of spread the word and share. Let people know we're out here in the interwebs.
In the streets.
Out in the streets.
Yeah. Word to your mother.
Okay, we gotta go because this is getting silly.
Bye.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the next episode. No more. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Sessions and lessons. Unscripted.